Hi, I'm Dr. Roberta Marowitz, a Florida licensed marriage and family therapist and CEO of Sane Games, mental health computer games for children and their families. Today we're talking about games to improve therapeutic communication. And this is an interesting topic. The act of communication is a learned skill, and it's sort of a set of skills that some people learn easier than others, and there are lots of different reasons why people have difficult times communicating. Sometimes it's a temperament, sometimes it's some issues that they are born with that leave them having some difficulties with socialization and with communication. And so there are some things that we can talk about that can be practice ways of being able to help communication happen. Sometimes these games have to do with speech. And one of the ways that it's easy to be able to deal with speech issues is for people to role play. You probably remember, many of you, that potentially when you were in kindergarten and you used to role play all the time, and you would take the role of either being the father or the mother or a parent or a child, and everybody that you were playing with had some kind of a role that they played. You tried different things out, and in order for you to be able to work through whatever the issues were that you had to talk, and you had to communicate in different kinds of ways. This can be very therapeutic, and there are some ways that people can do this sort of in vivo in real life, where there are other people that are around them, and sometimes this therapeutic communication is for kids, and sometimes this therapeutic communication is for adults. So depending upon who it is, there are different ways of being able to role play that really do help out. So if it happens to be a more canned role play where you're actually sitting down with someone and you're trying to help them communicate with someone else, then the amount of feedback that they get back at the level at which they're able to hear it and then use it will be very, very helpful to them. One of the other areas that's very helpful, even though it might not make very much sense in terms of therapeutic communication, it has to do with art. Very often when someone has a difficult time expressing themselves verbally, they can express themselves either musically or through art. And if you take art as the example, and they are able to produce either a picture or something artistically, either drawn or painted in some other way, produced by them, and then they explain what was going on that led to that creativeness, that does help them to communicate and to explain themselves and what's going on with them internally. So art can be a wonderful way to be able to do that. We've noticed as well that there are lots of different computer applications that are now available. Sometimes they're straight computer programs that you can use that require that someone listen and then repeat back if it has to do with a speech delay or speech pattern difficulty. Sometimes it might be a speech therapist who is on the video who is actually walking them through different kinds of steps that can be very helpful for their communication skills. The other kinds of circumstances that work within games are all of the social networking kinds of issues where somebody will communicate and get the confidence that they will be able to communicate in a different way. And by building that confidence, it then translates into being able to communicate on a one-to-one basis or in a small group of people in a more therapeutic way. So I encourage you to try some different ways of operating by becoming more communicators in a lot of different forums.